That's right. This flight attendant says the primary focus of his job is safety, but he worries deportation flights will make it very difficult, if not impossible, for flight attendants to fulfill that duty if there ever was to be an emergency. This video shows a row of passengers with shackles on their feet and wrists getting off a plane. The person behind the phone camera is a former flight attendant who wants to remain anonymous. We're now cutting and pausing on this shot. You can see it's aboard an Avelo Airline jet.
Of course, I knew that things like this were occurring. I never thought in my life that I would see that firsthand. It was frightening. It was dehumanizing to see people, chained up like that.
He says this was a domestic charter flight for ICE and the Department of Homeland Security a couple of years ago under the Biden administration. These pictures, he says, are of bags filled with passports and the personal belongings of the undocumented passengers.
And 180 seats were filled with people in shackles.
Now, Avelo Airlines has signed on to charter 3 of its planes based at the Mesa Gateway Airport to the Department of Homeland Security. The company plans to carry out deportations with domestic and international flights starting in early May. What's your biggest concern with this agreement?
Totally safety. I mean, any flight attendant, any aviation professional, anybody can look at that situation and say that is a disaster waiting to happen.
He says under FAA rules, each flight attendant should help at least 50 passengers evacuate during an emergency, all within 90 seconds. He says some passengers in this flight couldn't buckle their own seatbelts because of the bulky shackles, and they moved slowly due to the weight of the chains. He worries there wouldn't be enough time to help all of them. Was there ever an emergency when you did these so-called ICE flights?
Thank goodness that did not happen, because if that would have happened, it would have been on the news. I can guarantee that people would have died.